The British general election. Last week, British voters went to the polls for the third time in 5 years to cast their vote on who should rule the nation. And it turns out there's someone even more popular than the hot priest from Fleabag.
Boris Johnson, the outspoken British Prime Minister, this morning enjoying a stunning re-election victory, delivering the largest Conservative Party landslide since Margaret Thatcher in 1987.
It was the Brexit election, a bitter, angry campaign.
Johnson winning over working-class voters in former industrial heartlands by promising to break Britain's Brexit deadlock.
Damn, look at you, Boris, huh? Just driving through the wall like a British Kool-Aid man. Yeah? It's like, oh yeah, apologies about the wall, but would you care for a spot of juice from inside my belly? But yes, after running on a pro-Brexit platform, Boris Johnson has been easily re-elected as Prime Minister. And just by the way, I can never get over how the Prime Minister's house is just like on the street. Right? The Queen lives in a palace where they perform the Nutcracker every 30 minutes. But the person who actually runs the country looks like he found out he just got the job at the last minute and had to grab an Airbnb. That's what that looks like. So now that Boris has an overwhelming majority in Parliament, it's widely expected that Brexit will finally move forward. In the meantime, though, people are saying that this election in the UK could have big implications right here in the United States.
You have to go back to Thatcher in the 1980s for such a political earthquake, transforming Britain, shaking Europe, and perhaps providing lessons for the general election in 2020.
Two of President Trump's more moderate potential challengers appeared concerned. Joe Biden said, look what happens when the Labour Party moves so far to the left.
And President Trump noted Johnson's win with its populist appeal could mean good things for him in 2020.
I want to congratulate Boris Johnson on a terrific victory. I think that might be a harbinger of what's to come in our country.
Ooh, did Trump just say harbinger? Somebody got a word of the day calendar. What a crazy day. First Kumail gets a six-pack, and now Donald Trump's using big words. It's the ultimate Monday motivation. I love it. So, the big question now is, should the major defeat for Liberals in the UK be a warning sign for Democrats in America's election? Well, here to debate this issue, we're joined now by our expert panel of experts, Ronny Chieng, Desi Lydic, Jaboukie Young White, and Michael Kosta, everybody. Let's start with you, Ronny. What does Britain's election mean for America in 2020?
What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means, Trevor. Nothing. This is Britain's election, not America's election, okay? Why does America make everything about America? The two things have nothing to do with each other. I mean, like, my neighbors get a divorce. Does that mean I'm gonna get a divorce? No, it just means he found out I was banging his wife, okay? So stop reading too much into it.
It's an interesting point, Ronny, but Desi, as an American, would you agree with Ronny's assessment?
Trevor, my dumbass friend Ronny is too much of a dumbass to get it. Historically, when Britain does something, America follows. Think about it. They made the office, then we made the office. They spoke American, now we speak American. They deported Pierce Morgan, then we deported Pierce Morgan. So I'm just saying, don't be surprised if America follows Britain's lead in 2020.
Well, thank you, Desi. Jaboukie, as our social media expert, how do you read this? Because if you look at Twitter, it seemed like Boris Johnson was going to lose. So are you surprised?
No, Trevor, I'm not surprised. Everything on social media is a lie. You know, there are people who will retweet you, DM you, ask to meet you at a bar, and then you're like, yeah, I mean, your profile pic is a 10. And then you meet them in real life at a well-lit gastropub, and it turns out he's disgusting. Like an 8, maybe even a 7. And this is all hypothetical, of course. This is hypothetically speaking.
Okay, Jaboukie, but what does this date have to do with the election?
I'm sorry, did you hear what I said? A 7 out of 10, Trevor.
Trevor, may I Costa-splain something to all of you, okay? That's when Michael Kosta perfectly explains something.
Go ahead, Michael.
Look, Trevor, I respect everyone on this panel, but I'm the only one here who earned a poli-sci degree online in 35 minutes, okay? So this election was all about Brexit. The key to winning any election is Brexit. If you want to be president of the United States, you got to promise to get America out of the European Union. We got to get out of Europe, Trevor.
But Kosta, America's not in Europe.
Sounds like someone's running for president.
This was an absolute waste of time. Jaboukie, Kosta, Desi, and Ronny, everybody.